Hi, Matt Johnson, another episode of Outdoor Dish. I've had several questions come in since the first episode, and they've asked me, what do you do with steak, beef? So I'm going to show you a really cool way to take a relatively inexpensive piece of meat, steak. This happens to be just some sirloin steak, cheap at the local market. It's not ribeye, it's not New York strip, it's not a filet mignon, it's a cheap end sirloin. We're going to show you how to use tenderizing tools and quick, simple marinade systems so you can turn a cheap piece of steak into something tender and tasteful. So stick around as we show you some of these new ideas to turn this tasty item on the grill into something awesome in the kitchen. Hi, welcome back. As you can see, we've got our sirloin steak cut to size, and I want to show you what the Jaccard meat tenderizer can do for even the simplest, most less expensive pieces of meat. So as you move in here, we'll see what we're using here to tenderize this system. And all this is, it's a serrated set of blades. And as we use this, and I'll show you exactly how it works, but when it's deployed, a set of blades are released and they puncture this meat, putting tiny little holes across the surface, and it can be used multiple times, multiple angles, multiple directions. I've found it to work many different ways to get this to give you the most desired texture. So as you can see, all I'm going to do is take this tool and run it right across this meat. So as I push down on there, those blades are being deployed, and what it's doing is it's causing little cuts, tiny little grooves inside this meat. And I'll do this maybe a few dozen times on each side, flip it over, do the same thing over here, and you'll see it actually breaks down the meaty tender or the meaty tissues and the fibers and stuff within the meat, causing marinades, tenderizers, those sorts of things to seep into those crevices, allowing the meat to be tender and juicy. So like I said, I'll flip it over, do a few on each side, do it to both pieces of meat here, make sure it's nice and thorough, trying to cover it as much as you can. Once you feel one side's good, you flip it over and you go through the other side. And I've noticed, I've used this tool for quite a while, even before I even decided to start this show, and it even cuts through some of the fat. So even if you got a line of fat or something inside your sirloin steak, round steak, tip steak, whatever it might be, it'll even start to soften up some of those fat lines. So after I've used this tool to puncture the holes, it's now ready to go into the Speedy Marinator. And this is a tool from Jaccard's. It's very simple. We call it the 5-minute marinator. So as the grill's preheating, you can get your steaks, your chicken, your salmon, whatever you happen to use, prepped and ready to go inside. I have the marinade already inside here, and the marinade can be anything from a packet, something you make from home, whatever it is, oils. So I got the marinade base in there. All I'm doing is taking my sirloin steaks, I'm setting them inside that Speedy Instant Marinator, and what it does, you can see all the marinade soaked up all around there. You might better want to season it with your favorite seasoning on top. And then here's where the magic happens. You're just taking this, you're closing the lid, snapping it shut, and the beauty of this system is it's all pressurized. So you're taking this little pump that comes with it, you're pushing that on, you're going to pump it a handful of times, and what it's doing is it's shooting air inside this system, and eventually you're going to see that little valve is eventually just going to suck in when it's got enough air inside. Pump it a handful of times, and you can see it's starting to suck in ever so slightly there, and there we go. So that's set, and all we're going to do is let this set in the fridge while the grill preheats. When we come back in literally minutes, we can release the pressure. It's fully marinated, it's soaked in. The pressure helps absorb all the flavors from the marinade, so you're not waiting overnight, you're not waiting all day. So if you have kids and you want to get this done quickly, something that's tasty, these two as a 1-2 punch help you get a perfectly marinated, tenderized piece of meat. So we're going to put this in the fridge, we're going to come back in 5 or 10 minutes when the grill's preheated, cook it, and show you the finished product. Hey, we're outside. Time to do the depressioning process of this Speedy Instant Marinator system. So as you've seen, it's been sitting for probably maybe 5-10 minutes. The grill is now preheated. So what I'm going to do is depressurize this system by pulling this valve. And as that valve opens up, you can hear the air is coming out. The system is being depressurized. When all that air is completely out of the system, I can then open the lid. And as you can see, beautiful marinated steaks ready to hit the grill. So we got the steaks here, and you can see this top makes it easy. I can pop that top right off. I can actually use that top as a serving platter once the steaks are done. But for the meantime, I'm going to take the steaks, put them on the grill, cook them to heat, to your favorite texture, whether you want it medium, medium rare, medium well, whatever that is, up to you. So we're gonna get these cooked, we're gonna show you the finished product, and we're gonna dig in and show you how you can turn a simple meal into a very delicious one that's not costing you a fortune, with a handful of tools that allow you to marinate and tenderize inexpensive pieces of meat, steak, chicken, pork, whatever it might be. Throw them on the grill, quick and easy. I got little kids inside the house driving us nuts, so this allows you to not put so much hands-on effort to make a very tasty meal at the end of the day. So stay tuned, we're going to show you what this looks like when we're all finished. Here we have it, as we showed you, a very simple, easy way to cook sirloin with some tenderizing tools. Simple 5 to 10 minute marinators. Jaccard has a lot of very cool products. I got my 2 oldest boys with me today. Like we said, you don't always have the most time to attend to food and spend all day cooking, preheating, marinating, doing all those things you need to do to get steak done right. So as you saw there, this was only a 10, 15, 20 minute process, and we got some good looking food, some good steaks. What do you guys think?
It's good.
Gonna eat this tonight? So there you have it, Matt Johnson with Outdoor Dish. This is Ben, this is Jack. We had fun today cooking some steaks. We're gonna go eat these now, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.